where's the bridge really with the movement stuff? Because I know like how powerful it is just to have a movement practice. You know, I've gone out and I've formed it myself, and it teaches you a lot about. I mean, you can tap into states, discomfort, like understand what's going on underneath it all. Like it's a real introspective process for me. Like just having a movement practice and just experimenting and moving in different ways with nothing, nothing else, no tools. And that for me, the movement side of it's so much more than just physical. It's Do you want to just give us your kind of insight to that, of like how it does kind of formulate those kind of experiences as well?
This has been, I think, one of the big problems with just our culture at the moment, the way we separate everything, from the point in the medical world where we have specialists for the heart, specialists for the liver, specialists for all these things, and none of them know what the other one does, but it's a whole system. It's a system that everything affects everything else. And in the same way, the way you move affects your emotional state, posture affects your emotional state, and there's so many things to confront with a movement practice. The idea of being a beginner and coming up against failure and how that feels is something that come up against time and time again. When I first started this sort of stuff, I was trying things, and even now I'm failing all the time. It's not like now I don't fail. It's
how beautiful is that, doing it being seen doing that? That's such a pivotal moment when you realize that it's you're gaining so much from like just showing up and just going out and facing those fears of just moving in a direction and being that first person on the dance floor to like you're feeling like everyone's watching you, and it can release a lot of trapped and restricted kind of emotion.
Absolutely. And you realize that failure is the only way to progress, really, and it's through failing better. It's like fail, okay, and then learn, and fail again, and then learn again, and keep doing it. Orientate towards failing more and more, but failing better and better each time. And I think we've become so afraid of failure that it limits us from even trying. And I think I was definitely in a kind of a limited space like that at one point, where it's like, well, I don't want to try these things because the likelihood is I'm going to fail, and that's going to feel horrible. So then just don't do it at all. So it's like that, but that's no way to live. It's kind of changing that relationship to it, and feeling just free. I think as well as men, we grow up and it's almost like there's this rule book as, oh, you're supposed to move your body in this way as a man, but not this way. My hips aren't supposed to move like that, and it's like it's just movement, and it feels good to express and to move. And I think when we have traumatic events, we store those things in the tissue in the body. So being able to move, you're literally moving energy around the body, and there's a lot of work being done in that space now, which I think is amazing and healing in so many ways. But it's there's no separation and disconnect between what's happening in the internal world and in how we express and move in the external world. If you're someone that's rigid with your views and opinions, you're probably going to be quite tight as well. It's like, whereas if you're kind of more loose and fluid, then it's kind of going to express through your physicality.